Our next guest is Nikos Andrikogiannopoulos. We'll send you a participation trophy if you can pronounce that any better. Nikos is the CEO of Metrika and is no stranger to beating the odds. He secured a coveted spot at MIT as one out of just one Greek student every 2 years. And when faced with a competitive reservation system, Nikos channeled his inner engineer and wrote a script to get what he wanted. In his talk titled Beyond the Red Line, a tale of train tracks, mentorship, and pioneering blockchain frontiers, Nikos takes us on the fascinating journey that led him to build Metrika, a 100% remote company with a name inspired by the ancient mathematician Heron of Alexandria. They've even secured over $22 million in funding, with Microsoft joining the investment train. Buckle up for this episode. It's a journey beyond the red line, filled with wit and innovation.
Good evening, everyone. Today, I stand before you not just as an entrepreneur, but as someone who once found himself during the typical morning commute, standing at the Red Line station, that's the train station in Boston, surrounded by a sea of commuters, trying to find the least crowded part of the platform so that I wouldn't miss the next train and make it on time at work. That's the place where I found myself dreaming of a different life. My journey from the train tracks of Boston to the blockchain stacks of Metrika is a tale of curiosity, mentorship, and the relentless pursuit of innovation. Graduating from MIT with degrees in both engineering and an MBA, I landed what many would consider a dream job in strategy consulting. I was at the intersection of telecoms and business strategy, applying my academic prowess to solve complex problems. In other words, I thought of myself as a really smart guy. Yet, every day, waiting for that train and squeezing in for a place in the next wagon, trying to get on time at work, I felt a disconnect. My spirit yearned for more, to build, to solve new problems, to do something that matters, and to write code, which brought me immense joy. This burning desire was building inside me and was not just about escaping the daily grind. It was about commanding my destiny and pursuing what I considered freedom and pleasure. But realizing this dream took time, 8 years to be precise. It wasn't until a mentorship session at MIT that my path began to change. My mentor introduced me to a guy called Ruben, a potential investor who could turn my ideas into reality. Little did I know, this meeting would pivot my journey towards uncharted territories. My meeting with Ruben took place at an empty pizza place called Bertucci's, near Alewife Station. Easy for me to reach from my daily job. I started by pitching Ruben my telecom idea, which I had been working on for a year. Ruben's response was devastating and a turning point. He challenged me. He said, "You look like a smart MIT guy. Why are you solving problems of the past when you can be solving problems of the future?" I paused there. He urged me to explore, in other words, new emerging spaces where I could be a pioneer, where I would have enough time to build a very large company. I asked him back. I said, "What kind of problems of the future would you suggest?" Ruben's response was a revelation. Keep in mind, this was mid-2018. It was at the midst of crypto winter. Bitcoin was at an all-time low. Ruben said, "I don't know, you're a smart MIT guy, you can figure it out." But he said, "How about Bitcoin?" This was uncomfortable territory for me. Yet, Ruben had so much credibility over our discussion, and it ignited a spark within me. Despite his skepticism about my initial idea, his challenge pushed me to explore the blockchain space. I went back home and I immersed myself in the blockchain world. As you can see, in the humble confines of my laundry room, I embarked on setting up the infrastructure to run blockchain nodes, collect and analyze data. I was out of my comfort zone, right? But the excitement of exploring uncharted territory was exhilarating. I was constantly thinking, how do I use and apply my skills and knowledge from the telecom world into that of blockchain networks? After all, I thought a blockchain network cannot be that different than any other network or any distributed application. And so I did. My experiences from the past led me to identify a crucial gap. Blockchain networks lacked what is called service assurance. That means that in a world where blockchain applications become critical, understanding risk and performance on blockchain networks will matter. In my mental model, I thought, oh God, this is the same as the email. When email was the dominant application over the internet in the 2000s, nobody cared about performance or resilience. But today, 20 years later, when Netflix and Zoom are the applications we depend daily for productivity and entertainment, everybody cares about how the internet performs. So a couple of months later, I met with Ruben again. When you ask Ruben, he says, I never expected I would see this kid again, as his friends say. We met at the same pizza place to discuss what was new. I shared that I thought there was a lack of service assurance in the blockchain space and why I thought this would be a critical need of the future once these networks start to scale and start moving towards financial institutions and enterprise. Ruben immediately recognized the pattern from his past experiences with data, voice, and video networks. He said, kid, I've seen this movie 3 times in my life. Once applications become critical, the enterprises will buy every tool available to understand performance. This was the opportunity I had been looking for. The journey from idea to inception was not that straightforward. Ruben joined my mentors at MIT, and I began selling my blockchain concept to blockchain companies. My other mentors at MIT were shocked. They thought I was crazy. I told them I had a meeting with Ruben, and 2 months later, I would be ditching my telecom idea and pivoting into the blockchain analytics space. However, Ruben's belief in my vision was so strong that he offered the first money to kickstart my venture and also rallied others to contribute. However, there was a catch. One significant hurdle remained, which my mentors later found out. I still had my daily job. Ruben's advice was clear. He said, there is zero risk, he said. You need to quit and start the company. Otherwise, you're going to miss the opportunity to build something big. That evening, coming back home and discussing with my wife, I took the leap and I resigned from my job, marking the birth of Metrika. On my last day at the consulting firm, standing between my belongings, I was scared to death with the threshold of the unknown. I was ready to leave behind the security of my well-paid job for the adventure that lay ahead. As I reflect on my journey, the growth and transformation from daily commuter to the founder of Metrika has been profound. This wasn't just about a career shift in my mind. It was about a paradigm shift in how I think about solving challenges of the future. The realization that blockchain networks could become as crucial as the internet was the pivotal moment for me. It wasn't about innovation. It was more about forecasting and fulfilling future needs to ensure that network resilience and performance would be there when it would be needed. This path taught me the value of persistence and resilience. Moving from a secure job into the unknown was daunting, yet the belief in blockchain's potential and the encouragement from my mentor Ruben and from my MIT mentors was pivotal. These challenges weren't obstacles, but milestones that refined Metrika's vision and mission. Moreover, I think this journey highlights more than anything the power of mentorship and the power of community. Support from seasoned professionals like Ruben and the entrepreneurial spirit at MIT fostered innovation, underscoring the significance of a supporting network in bringing visionary ideas to life. In closing, my transition from Boston's train tracks to Metrika's blockchain stacks is a testament to innovation's nonlinear path. It's a reminder that today's challenges are tomorrow's opportunities. especially in the blockchain space. The potential is not just about technical, it demands a visionary mindset. And here you will see me at CFTC advising around US policy and how blockchain, DeFi, we should think about and regulate it. So for those starting in technology, entrepreneurship, or any uncertain field, remember, the greatest risk lies in not seizing the chance to make a difference. The road less traveled is challenging, yet rewarding, offering lessons, growth, and impact opportunities. Embrace the unknown with courage, knowing setbacks are precursors to comebacks, and challenges are opportunities to innovate. The journey itself is the reward, offering growth and the chance to make a mark. Thank you for letting me share my story, hoping it inspires you to pursue your vision of a better future.